Alright, let's do it. Let's get going into the next quest. Of course, we've got a cat girl wearing dancer artifact gear. You're cold as shit here. Is something the matter? The twins look out of sorts, and you two seem a bit off. Yeah, some stuff happened that was really not okay. Forgive me for saying, but the three of you appear rather drained since your return. Is there aught I might do to be of assistance? Marry me? What? Alice and Alfino tell me they have finished their preliminary search for survivors, but refrained from saying much more than that. Clearly they are reluctant to provide details. Might I ask for your account?
Thank you for your report. We shall inform the troops of these developments and instruct them to proceed with the utmost caution should they encounter any survivors.
Allow me to go and speak with the ones at the victor's spoils. They may be more willing to listen to a fellow Garlean and accept our offer of assistance.
I pray you are right. And though I am loath to burden you any further, should there be an appropriate occasion to speak of Licinia and her sister, please do so.
I love Maxima so much.
I'm sorry to have put you through this.
It's not your fault, Lucia.
My distress is nothing compared to their suffering. So tell me, what else have we learned?
As you may have already heard, we have succeeded in curing the members of the Popularis, Maxima identified. They have provided us with some intriguing insights into the current state of Garlemald. The assassination of Emperor Varus was the catalyst for the civil war. Nerva declared his claim to the throne, and his opponents refused to recognize it. Fighting broke out in the capital, where Nerva's 3rd Legion clashed with the 1st, who remained loyal to Varus even after his death.
Of course, even Imperial warmongers would balk at the idea of turning their shining city into a battleground. Like burning down the wood to spite the wasps. Neither side would be so mad. Unless something or someone inflamed their animosity to such an extent that they could not help but act against their better judgment.
It brings to mind events at the Gimlet Dark, does it not? The Emperor's sudden withdrawal from the front lines, specifically. Nerva and his father, Titus, Varus's then political rival, took advantage of rumors that Crown Prince Zenos had been possessed by a demon.
I mean...
Elidibus, what better way to disparage your enemies than with the truth? Or a close enough approximation?
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, I mean, they kinda did.
But before their accusations could be substantiated, many of Titus's followers were silenced. While some were merely stripped of their status, others died under curious circumstances. One after another, suddenly and suspiciously.
Again, Elidibus. Like as not, he had a hand in it. No evidence was found to implicate Varus, certainly. Nevertheless, Titus, Nerva, and the 3rd Legion would have judged it a brazen attempt by the Emperor to rid himself of his political enemies.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
And then, in the midst of this growing turmoil, Varus Sosgalvis is murdered. And Garlemald's own prodigal son, Gaius van Belsar, is named the murderer. Shortly thereafter, Nerva claims the right of succession, and in response, the 1st Legion claims the assassination was part of a coup d'etat orchestrated by Titus and Nerva.
So no one is at fault, and everyone else is to blame.
I should add that both parties received substantial financial backing, presumably to provide them with the means and encouragement to pursue a swift victory, and that these contributions came from the self-same benefactor.
Oh?
I'd heard House Brutus had been filling the Third Legion's coffers, but the First as well.
Oh.
It would seem so. Though the Populares determined that the First Legion received funds from a variety of organizations, all had connections to House Brutus.
Well, that's Asahi.
So Fandaniel,
But
in the guise of
Fandaniel, yeah.
Asahi, was playing both sides against each other the entire time.
Okay.
The information we gained from my friends does not end there. One night, shortly after fighting broke out, the capital was shaken by an immense tremor. From that point onward, they have no memories, no recollection of any events, including our clash on the Magna Glaciers.
I mean, that reminds me a
But
lot
when
about the
asked about
sound
the
coming from
Imperial
within the
Palace
star
and
that
its
caused the
bizarre
original calamity.
transformation, they somehow recall Emperor Varus giving them orders in their dreams. May the Tower of Babel stand as testament to the glory of Garlemald.
This sounds awfully familiar.
We have something to show you all.
Oh, the radio thing?
Varus spoke to them through this radio. Perhaps it was a recording, but if not, that would be inexplicable.
We are of one mind, then.
The ether that permeates the ore used in this device is almost identical to that of the talismans.
I see it. While it is likely more by coincidence than design, these devices might also ward against a primal's influence. A picture is beginning to form. If the tremor felt throughout Garlemald was a wave of ether emitted by a primal, then while those within range would have been tempered, those huddled around a radio desperate for news concerning the Civil War would have been spared.
Whoa, okay.
No wonder Licinia kept it close.
Uh-oh.
My friends, I must speak with you. A young man was caught trying to steal our supplies. He is a soldier of the Iron Men, we think, but one who has not been made thrall. Thankfully, Magni restrained him before blood was spilled. The stranger is outside, if you wish to ask him questions.
I think we do.
Do we maybe perhaps know this person?
Who do we have here?
Garleans?
Traitors to your homeland! Have you no shame?
I am Lucia Junius, a temple knight of Ishgard. And you are?
Jullus Urbanus. And that's all you invaders will get from me.
We are not here to invade Garlemald. Far from it. Like you, our allies in Eorzea and the Far East fight in defense of their lives and their loved ones even as we speak. But it is the people of Garlemald who have suffered most. This we know. And that is why we have come to offer you our aid, that we may unite against our common foe. Whether you believe me or not, those are the facts. Now, answer me this. Why would a proud soldier of the Empire be reduced to stealing? The situation must be dire indeed for you to go to such lengths. If it is supplies you seek, we would gladly share ours, or turn a blind eye while you leave with your spoils.
I will not negotiate. My commander will determine how to deal with you and yours. If you wish to treat with him, I will take you, but no more than 3.
Me and
I don't
Alpino
much
and
like the
Alize?
sound of that. But if we do accept his proposal, I suggest the 2 of us and...
Oh, Estinian?
Please allow me and Alize to act as envoys.
May I ask why?
We have seen with our own eyes the hardships the Garleans face. How their futures and lives hang in the balance.
It's not the warmest invitation, but it's an opportunity to prove our intentions true. Maybe not a chance to make things right, but a chance to make them better.
I'm going with you. I like the other option, but I just don't know that I feel it's a tenacious thing to say.
I can see that persuading you otherwise is a lost cause, but you will proceed with the utmost care.
Yes, ma'am.
Couple of children and what? A sellsword? Is this an insult?
Excuse me, a sellsword?
Not in the least. You will find that they are more than qualified to speak on our behalf.
There are many dangers on the road ahead. I will need that back.
We captured the boy as he was about to make off with our food. He must be very hungry to take such risks. Maybe we should give him something to eat. Reward him for his boldness. You are so sweet, Cyrano. Said your farewells, have you? You're a dick. You will be received as invited guests, and so I urge you to observe proper social etiquette and conduct yourselves accordingly. Your safe return takes precedence above all else. Remember this. Thancred, in particular, will be worried sick if you're gone too long. May the Fury watch over and keep you. I meant to talk to Lucia again. As I said before, Thancred can be quite the worrier, but rest assured he only has your best interests at heart. Why does it keep enunciating Thancred? Are you and the children ready? I will explain the route once we are outside your camp. If anyone attempts to follow us, we will judge it as an act of hostility. We will not hesitate to take appropriate measures. I would expect nothing less. You have our full cooperation. I don't like you very much. Just so you know. Not the easiest surface to run on, Alfino says. We'd better not draw attention, as Tenacious does her little jumping bean things. You think Thancred's really like trailing us? She kept saying Thancred in italics. And he's very sneaky. Oh, that's right. I was like, why are Alfino and Alize not helping? But he told them not to. Jullus, are you even helping? He's not doing anything. Yeah, I got this. Don't worry. I hate to watch you bear this burden alone. It's really okay. Wait, oh, we're gonna get to go into this. Oh, that's why that aetherite's there. Oh, wow, they're like really tempered, like turning into monsters tempered. Then you admit it. Now that you have seen these monstrosities for yourself, perhaps you will think twice before speaking of a cure. Bro, you have such a bad attitude. Like, everybody here, I get it, I get it, I get it. Y'all have been through a lot. But for fuck's sake. Oh no. She clearly has no intention of speaking with you. Is he? Okay, none of these people want to talk to me. Oh. Okay, do you think the menders and stuff will speak to me? Or do you think they're gonna not talk to me either? What? Wait, this is that guy. He certainly looks the part. I will deal with you in a moment.
These are their chosen representatives.
Very well. Let us hear what they have to say.
Yes, sir. I present to you our commander, Lord Quintus Van Kina, Legatus of the 1st Legion.
The first? I had no idea you had survived.
We lost our emperor, our city, more than half our troops. For my wounds, I may never take the field again. But we survived, aye. In a manner much to your liking, I dare say.
We have no intention of adding to your misfortunes, nor do we bear you any ill will.
Spare me. Though you children may speak in earnest, overtures of peace ever ring hollow in my ears. So long as man stands to profit from his neighbor's suffering, war is inevitable. Driven from our ancestral homeland into this blasted waste. Yet still you yearned to rob us of our paltry scraps. 'Twas only with Magitech that you learned to keep your distance. Though we knew it was only a matter of time before you regrouped and returned. Conquest and empire were our only defenses. Emperors Solus and Varys understood this, and through their campaigns saw us grow and prosper. Much blood has been spilled in Garlemald's name, aye. But if it is a choice between yours and mine, then it is hardly a choice at all.
I do not deny that a great many conflicts throughout history were driven by the desire or necessity to gain by another's loss. That is not why we are here. Nor have we come to petition your aid in the war with the Telophoroi, grave though that threat may be. Our purpose is simply this. We wish to help you. Let us help you. If there is aught that can be done to ease your plight, we would be glad to do it.
Perhaps you would. But regardless of the ideals you espouse, your leaders would not send an army into Garlemald if they did not stand to benefit. If we accept their aid, they will expect their efforts to be rewarded once the Telophoroi are no longer a threat. And after compensation and concessions, the great empire would be brought to heel. Her enemies rejoice at her downfall. Our third eye, a mark of shame.
We won't stand idly by and let your people be humiliated. And we're not alone in that. We only want to make a difference, to make this world of ours better. Surely you can understand that. What I'm trying to say is, there are so many people who just don't care about making you suffer. And maybe that's almost insulting after all the suffering you feel the world has subjected your people to, but believe it or not, that's the truth. And now we're here, and all we're asking is for you to tell us what you want, what you hope for.
So much blood has been shed, so much lost. All because of this endless war. Who wouldn't want to end it? Can we not work together? To face our problems as one?
Answer me this, young peacemakers. If a world without conflict is your desire, why reject the unity and prosperity of Garlemald?
Oh my god.
Is it because we do not share your faith? That we do not share your heritage? That our ideals and virtues differ? That we cherish and hold in the highest that which you do not? Disparity is the root of discord, and peace built on compromise is flawed and fleeting. Happiness for one and all is a dream, and the reality is that to the victor go the spoils. That is why we Garleans will never submit nor surrender.
You're stupid.
For freedom and for pride, we will remain true to ourselves until the bitter end. That is my hope. It seems there is nothing more to say on the matter. You will remain here while I decide what is to be done with you. Do not be alarmed. No harm will come to you if you cooperate.
God, fuck these guys.
We will not resist. However, as your guests, I ask that we be allowed to speak with the other members of your group.
As you wish. I had no intention of locking you up, as by dawn you would be frozen stiff and you're no good to me dead. You are free to move about the encampment, but there is one condition. Collar them.
What are these?
Incentive. You'll be watched at all times. Stray too far or act suspiciously, and we will administer a rather painful shock.
This is fucking ridiculous.
Stop! Keep away from that one. The champion of Eorzea is not so easily cowed. Even if she allowed herself to be collared, the shock would be no more than an itch. No. If she refuses to obey, we will activate the twins' restraints instead.
We shouldn't have even bothered coming here.
You needn't worry about us.
We'll forget we're even wearing them soon enough.
I feel like Alfino and Alice have grown up so much.
Even now, you still... Why go to such lengths? What is it all for?
Like, 2 expansions ago, they would be losing their shit at this and just like... Because even the most bitter adversary may one day see reason. I miss Emmett so much.
You are a curious one. A far cry from the merciless barbarian others paint you to be. You will be their warden. Take them away.
Yes, sir.
I'm so irritated. We have no time to deal with your band of savages, and if you dare to interfere in our affairs, we will not hesitate to cut you down. God, you guys are a bunch of stubborn, dickhead motherfuckers. Alright, well, I am sufficiently irritated with these assholes and don't want to help them anymore, but let's talk to everybody else. There are a lot of people to talk to. See, I feel bad for, like, the civilians. But, like, this Legatus guy, fuck him. I don't give a shit about him. Compared to what Garlemald's people have suffered in recent days, these collars are a minor inconvenience. Okay, but the people of Garlemald have suffered because their leaders are stubborn shitheads. I know who you are, the so-called champion of Eorzea. Come to gloat, have you? I'll wipe that smirk off your face. By the blood of our fallen compatriots, I swear I'll... Ugh. Damn. Tore the sutures. Of all the times, the worst of the lot within striking distance, and I can't even muster the strength. Like, I'm so torn with everybody. Like, I'm so pissed off at all of them, and they all just, like, get me so fucking irritated. But I also feel bad for them. Would you stay with me a little longer? Hold my hand. Yours are so much warmer. Aw. I shouldn't have done that. They're all gonna kill me now. One of our scouts spotted a hooded man issuing instructions to the afflicted, or in the bastard's words, loyal servants of the Telophoroi. Oh my god, it's Fandaniel! Oh, I'm in level 83 quests. Hold on, wait. Just for a minute. I really like the Shinryu music. This park was named after the founding father of the empire, the great Solus Zos Galvez. Oh, what? Is that a market board? An old market board? No, it's like a map. This is kind of giving me like Final Fantasy VII vibes a little bit. The contraption is built in the style of an Imperial war machina armed with a battery of weapons and capable of transforming into different configurations. But on closer inspection, it appears to be no more than a children's slide. What an absolutely stupid mount to get for this situation. Oh my god. I couldn't help noticing you gazing at the pond. Is something the matter? What? Yes, I mean, no, It's just, I used to bring my brother and sister here to play. The pond was heated to stop it from freezing over, so like all the other children, they just had to wade in and splash about. Would have stayed there if I didn't drag them out. We'd be sopping wet when all was said and done, every time. And every time when we'd get home, Mother would scold us, saying we'd catch our death walking around like that. The pond was heated. The pond was heated! With a cerulean-powered heater by chance? I suppose it must have been. Come to think of it, I remember seeing engineers changing out a tank beneath a hatch. But that was a long time ago, when the water still flowed clear and wasn't this brackish muck. We can't see a thing, and I can't remember where the hatch might be. With the machinery most likely broken, the amount of filth in there is probably the only reason it hasn't frozen over. I'd wager it's still unbearably cold, though. I can breathe underwater. Jullus, what are your thoughts on magic? The average Garlean would jump out of their skin if they saw it, but the first has a few foreign signiferi and medici, so it doesn't scare me. Then I take it you won't mind if I employ a little now. This music, stop! Aw, isn't this the music they played at the end of 5.3? Alfino, as you have a knack for finding dry wood, why don't you bring me some? Once that's done, a blast of air fire should do the trick. Leave it to me. You're not planning to go in there, are you? Of course I am. That tank isn't going to fetch itself. It's nothing so involved as extracting unprocessed ceruleum from a frozen lake, like how the tappers do it. We're talking about a shallow pond in a park, and we have a way of warming ourselves up after. But that's insane. So, fancy a dip? A little friendly This one's really funny. Step aside while I drink the pond dry. That way we'll find it in no time. That may be the stupidest thing I've heard in a while, and that's saying something considering who my brother is. I can't fault your enthusiasm, though. Let's do it my way first, and if that doesn't work, perhaps then you can try your method, with Alfino's help. How dare you, Alize? I can't believe what I'm seeing. Oh my god, poor Tenacious. Darren! You delve into the murky water but come up empty-handed. To add injury to insult, the icy wind on your damp clothing chills you to the bone. Beneath the water, your fingers catch on what you think might be a handle. Second try, let's go. Yeah! You open the hatch and retrieve a ceruleum tank. And I'm cold as shit. However, your grand discovery comes at a great personal cost as you become acutely aware of the freezing cold and rancid odor emanating from every ilm of your body. Jullus will doubtless feel compelled to pinch his nose shut when you deliver to him your prize. I'll kick his ass. Call me an Uldon because by fire I am reborn and my clothes are mostly dry now too. What was Garlemald like in those days? Everything. It was everything you could imagine, and so much more. Even during the coldest winters, we always found warmth and comfort at home. Coming in from the snow, taking off your coat, and sitting down for a hot meal, with family. Visiting friends and relatives, receiving that same welcome, knowing they had everything they needed. Walking down the street, seeing the lights in all the houses, hearing the faint sounds of laughter and song, of happiness. And although the summers came and went all too quickly, in that brief respite, the ice would melt and the forgotten grass make its triumphant return. Gray clouds gave way to blue skies. Some mornings we climbed to the top of the tallest building we could find to watch the sun rise. Never again. Those rooftops are rubble, those friends are dead, and those memories. But if I could reclaim even a fraction of what we once had. Soon our chance will come. We just need to hold on a little longer. Everything was built on an enormous scale and with thick, cleanly cut stone, much like Amarot. Given what we now know, such similarities are no coincidence. Wow. Yeah. After successfully removing the Warmockiness outer casing and retrieving the ceruleum tank, you find it to be... Oh, I suck. Retrieving ceruleum tank. Empty again! Are me and Alize having a contest right now that we didn't talk about? To find it's still half full or half empty, depending on one's perspective. Either way, Julius will surely be pleased by your discovery. Oh, I only needed to get one? But there's more to check. I could check more and see if we can find more ceruleum. That would be nice of us, wouldn't it?
Finally escaped the watchful gaze of your keepers, have we? Don't react. Will only draw attention to yourself. Just carry on as you are and listen.
Okay.
After you left with the Garlean lad, Lucia bade a few of us scouts follow you at a discreet distance. We observed you being led into the station, but decided against venturing inside. When you emerged sometime later, and we saw that the twins were sporting Magitech collars, it was clear what had taken place. Now, as quietly as you can, tell me everything. The legatus himself, eh? Now there's a surprise.
Is this a link shell thing?
This is also the first I've heard of a plan to join forces with the 10th and storm the Tower of Babel. An interesting development, and perhaps the opportunity we've been waiting for. Our comrades back at the camp also received some rather promising news, but it's still too early to get our hopes up. For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them. With luck, this will all be over soon. Until then.
They had not gone far.
We searched high and low, but no luck, I'm afraid. I might have guessed you'd be the only one to find anything.
Yeah, I win, Alize. What up?
I wasn't expecting much to begin with. Eventually, there will be nothing left out here for us to safely salvage.
Unless you let us help you.
For now, this will have to suffice. We should return to the station.
We really just keep offering them solutions, and they're like, yeah, we would just rather die. Suit yourself.
Ah, there you are. Heard you'd gone hunting for ceruleum above ground. Brought back a king's ransom?
Hardly. But thanks to these three, we have enough to last a little while longer.
Well, well. It's not at all what I was expecting, these ones. For savages, they seem positively docile. It's a poor attempt at humor. In all honesty, I'm grateful for your efforts. But even with another night of warmth, there are those among us who may not live to see the morrow.
I trust your expedition was fruitful.
It was a little bit.
Lord Quintus!
Use what you procured to refuel the armor.
But, sir, what about the heaters for the camp?
The time for action is upon us.
Wow.
My men and I have matters to discuss. In the meantime, you are to wait here. Do not forget, you are being watched.
What a fucker.
The time for action. What did he mean by that?
I can only speculate. Clearly something requiring their magitech, given what we just heard. Whether they plan to utilize it now, or after they join with the 10th, is another question. Will they ever escape this cold? Return to and reclaim the idyllic spaces of which Jullus spoke?
I've been saying his name wrong.
Finished your war, Council?
Alphino and Alize are to stay here as our prisoners. They will be released once your comrades have relinquished their supplies and withdrawn from Garlean soil. Until our terms are met, they will be detained at a separate location.
You could tell that Jullus was like...
Everything we've said and done. This is how you treat us.
Our allies have but limited supplies. They may stave off cold and starvation for a short while, but what then?
Don't you dare.
For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
Everything will be alright. Have faith. It makes you feel bad for Jullus though, because he's really having to do these things he really doesn't want to.
Get them out of here.
I hate it. I don't want to talk to you. Alfino and Alize will be fine, providing they do not resist. And you, for some reason, think that it makes it okay. Ask the ill, he said. So, that's to be the way of it, after all this. How ironic that you should be the one to deliver the news. Okay, some people are gonna die. If those are my orders, then so be it. For the glory of Garlemald. Okay, there's something. It's like making my eye burn really bad. Oh my god, Octavia is gonna be furious. Why would he... I'm apparently delivering some really bad news right now. What do you want with me? Ask the ill. So Lord Quintus has reached a decision. I knew he would understand, that he would recognize the savage is a ruthless, merciless creature, and to defeat him, we too must be uncompromising. I am ready. In the name of Emperor Varus, for the glory of Garlemald, I will fulfill my duty. Are they gonna, like, end up having to sacrifice themselves for this?
This is my home. Our home.
Oh.
At least it was, until that night. I was with Lord Quintus when the capital fell, and thus spared. My family, who did not own a radio, were less fortunate. When dawn came, I made my way here. My parents, my little brother and sister, they were still inside. But they weren't themselves, and they tried to. And I had to. I'd promised to take them away from the capital that very morning, to somewhere safe, to hide until the fighting stopped. I promised.
That sucks.
The Garlean flag bears a chain, the bonds between our countrymen. a red link at its center. The blood of the fallen. Our loved ones who lived and died for Garlemald. But if she too fell, who would be left to remember them and their sacrifice? What enduring proof would there be that they were ever here? If we had turned to your gods, would they have saved us? I'm sorry, forget I spoke. We should go.
I feel bad for him.
It's no use.
Believe me, I do not enjoy being here any more than you. But she wanted us to play along, so that is what we will do.
My babies.
It's so cold.
Painfully so. Unbearably.
I've been thinking about what Quintus said. About why no one would accept Garlean rule. Irreconcilable differences. When coexistence isn't an option, only conquest remains. Varys at Gimlet said much the same. Only by uniting the world beneath a single standard would we rid ourselves of the Ascians. United as one people, one race cleansed of imperfections. A cold and unforgiving vision. And when we fail to live up to their standards, what place is there for us in their world? But the truly sad, truly frustrating thing is how damnably similar it all is to the lofty ideals of Father and the Forum. Non-intervention. Always non-intervention. Protect our knowledge and our people, and to hells with the rest of you. And yet, I can see how it happened. Varys and Father looked to their elders for guidance and took their virtues as their own. But for this world was of their making. In who else could they place their trust? All of us lost in a sea of chaos, searching desperately for purpose and meaning. But it shouldn't just be an extension of another's. It has to be ours. It has to be. We all have a stake in this world. No one should be silenced.
I won't deny that we lack the experience of people such as Father or Quintus. Perhaps they've come to see the world as a series of problems, and the most efficient way of solving them, to reduce everything to fundamental forms. A stone is a stone, a cloud, a flower, no more than that. Simple descriptions that strip the subject of distinguishing characteristics. A man is a man, divided according to race, creed, or allegiance, and to some, defined by such associations.
Is that what you think?
In my misbegotten youth. But what I believed wisdom was no more than aggressive ignorance. I've since learned to look beyond the banners and the politics. To see people as individuals with their own hopes and dreams. As
He
for my
has
dream of
grown
building a better
so
world,
much.
well, every day I'm reminded that it is far more complex than I had ever imagined.
He is so much different.
But it only spurs me onward. To find the wisdom and the strength to see it through to the very end.
All of our supplies and an immediate withdrawal. These are your conditions?
Demands. And you forgot about the airship. Once again, you will leave one behind. It will be used to return the prisoners. Their collars will be removed prior to the exchange.
So in the end, not even Father's expertly worded rhetoric could deter you from your chosen course.
Huh?
Not that I thought for a moment that it would. I've no love for violence, of course, but ours is a cause worth fighting for. I just wish he'd realize it too. Sometimes the only way to protect the ones you love is to take a stand, to refuse to suffer in silence. I want you to know I share your conviction. Whether it be on the battlefield or in the debating chamber, I won't back down. I guess what I'm saying is...
You've found your own reason to fight.
Yes. Yes, I have. God's willing, there will come a day when we can finally lay down our arms, and there will be peace. But not until the Telophoroi have been defeated once and for all. And you, brother, will have a vital part to play. By your words and deeds, you'll lead the way.
This is so wholesome.
I pray I am up to the task.
There'll always be naysayers. Those who think us fools for even trying. It's easy for learned elites to criticize earnest efforts and assert their moral superiority, all without offering alternatives. Not that their sophistry has ever wounded you. So stubborn and strong. Stronger than you even know. Don't ever change, you hear me? If you stumble, I'll be there to catch you. Or give you a thick ear. Maybe both, for good measure.
Thank you, Alice.
I love them so much. They're so cute. I'm so glad they finally had like a moment like this.
The scouts have secured Alize and Alphino. Their collars were removed without complication as well.
So basically, go
They
fuck
report
yourselves.
No casualties, not for their party nor the guards, who will wake from their premature slumber in due course.
Yeah! Yes!
It would appear the situation has changed. I propose new terms. We have information that will be of great interest to Lord Quintus, and I wish to speak with him in person.
But that bitch gets to come here this time.
No. In the event you rejected our first proposal, we came prepared with a second.
Oh no, that's what the... Oh no. God damn it.
Ambush!
More are coming! Make ready!
We, the loyal soldiers of the First Legion, proud servants of Garlemald, of the fallen Emperor Varys, shall safeguard these lands from the barbarian hordes until our countrymen return!
Holy shit.
Stop, both of you!
God damn you, Arun. You made the music stop at the best part.
May be the worst emissary I have ever seen.
We received an urgent communication from the Grand Company of Eorzea. Envoys from the Imperial Army, led by members of the 10th Legion, came to Alamigo and requested an audience. They explained that their efforts to coordinate the reclamation of the capital with the aid of the 4th, 5th, 8th, and 12th had ended in failure. Communication between most legions has broken down entirely. Most of the 10th's conscripts have deserted, leaving their forces severely depleted. That is why, unable to continue the fight on their own, they and their allies turned to the Grand Company of Eorzea for aid.
Lies. Every word.
What happened to all the people who were ambushing us?
Finished. The 10th has requested that we deliver a message to Lord Quintus. Have the ill stand down.
You have been listening, my lord? What are your orders?
Inform her that we will honor the 10th's decision.
What the heck?
Bereft of hope, and now dignity. I release you from your duty. All of you. I take solace, your radiance, in the knowledge you are not here to witness our debasement. 'Twas a grand, glorious dream we shared. Of a world united, of peace and prosperity. We are ghosts, you and I, memories of days gone by. Bonds forged in blood that I will not see tarnished.
Oh no. No. Somebody gonna come in and stop him? We really should. Wow, that's... Wow.
Quickly! We have to reach the station before it's too late.
If there is still a chance that Quintus will agree to a truce, we must take it.
I just hope we get there before he and his men do something rash.
Look at everybody though! Rianchi and Thinker and Graha! Oh no. It's done. Fuck. That is pretty dark. You know, like, the thing sucks about Quintus, but he was an absolute, like, he was awful. What are you doing back here? Where are Jullus and the others? Hi, Graha. Oh, I did not expect you to arrive so soon. There's been a development. Perhaps you had best see for yourself. 'Tis a comfort to see thee, none the worse for thy recent ordeals. I'm so happy to see you! Too late for what? What's happened? It's Lord Quintus. He took his own life. After the news about the 10th, he relieved us of our duties. Then, when he was alone, he... No, he wouldn't. Thancred and the others, assisted by the soldiers, have seen to the remains. In due course shall the legatus be afforded a proper burial. He released us from our duty. He wanted us to be free to choose our own fate. Without him to guide us, I have just this moment spoken with Lucia. We are ready to commence the transfer of the refugees here to Camp Broken Glass, should they be willing to accept our aid. Some would rather die, but most of us just want to live. Songs and standards be damned, we just want to live. We'll need to speak with the refugees. They'll have to decide for themselves if they wish to come with us. If any would prefer to stay, we can have supplies brought over for them. It'll be a hard journey for the others, but we'll see that they reach our camp safely. I'm sorry, Jullus. Do you think the menders and stuff will actually give shit to me now? Or do you think they're still gonna be mean? Yay, thank you, Kaiso. Gosh, the fucking music in this expansion is just ridiculous. What is going on? Oh, I'm supposed to use an item on him, right? My bad. I don't want to fight you, you big fluffy cutie. Please look the other way. I'm excited to see Thancred again. Hi, Thancred, you are so cool. Oh no! Oh, settle down for a restful supper? I suppose.